All right, good afternoon. Injuries. We have four guys of note. Two guys that will not be practicing today, but I'm sure they'll be just fine as the week starts to progress. And that'll be Harrison and Will. Again, I look forward to seeing those guys come out tomorrow and working on Friday also. Two other guys that'll be practicing. Lino, he'll be back. His window is open, so look forward to that. And the next person is AZ. AZ will be coming off his concussion protocol, so he should be cleared after the day's practice, which would be good to get him back out there. When it comes to this game, looking at Baltimore, they're an organization that a number of people look at and try to emulate because of the way they operate. When it comes to their players, I mean, obviously on offense, Lamar and Derek are two guys you got to get ready to watch out for, which opened up a lot of opportunities for Zay in the passing game. When it comes to their defense, everything revolves around Cal and Roquan. Two really good players. But really, man, everything that we talk about, everything that we need to do needs to be focused on how we operate, how we improve. I'm not going to sit here and talk about how we got to clean things up because everybody has to do that. But it's more about the improvement part for us in all three phases that we have to do a good job of. And that's why we're coming to practice today. So the guys are upbeat. They look forward to go out there and practice. And we look forward to getting ready to compete against the Rays and go try to win us a game. So any questions? Why are you laughing?
It's been reported that you're changing quarterbacks. Are you willing to share that with us?
Yeah. Said that on Monday. Talked to both of those guys. Talked to the team on Monday. So Tyrod will be our starter.
Why did you decide to make that move?
Because I wanted to.
What was the thinking in past weeks? For strategic reasons, you waited until close to game time to decide which one. Why this week did you decide to go earlier in the week?
But I told you guys before that the players already knew. You know, I just didn't tell you guys that. So there's nothing strategic about that. The guys already knew.
A few weeks ago, you said when you were considering it before the Cincinnati game,
Yep.
speak to people who've done it before, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Did that happen this time, or this was purely your decision?
It was purely my decision, but I always have people that I talk to and just see how they handle situations. And it's not even about the quarterback, to be honest with you. It's just a part of what I do. During the week with some guys, coaches that I trust that's been successful in this league, and some of those guys been through the process of changing quarterbacks. Some of the guys have been through the process of being 2-8, the situation that we're in, and how they handle that. And just a number of things. But it was purely my decision. I felt like it was the time to do it. Again, had good conversations with both of those guys. And listen, these situations are not always easy, but as a head coach, you have to do what's best for the team. And I feel like it was best for the team.
Hey, Jerry, what was the conversation with Justin like? First of all, was it private or was it together?
It was private.
Yeah.
It was private.
And what was his reaction?
That's something that I'm going to keep between us. And I think that's the best way to do it. But he understood my decision. Obviously, he's not happy with the decision, in which no one, and I don't expect him to be, but he understands. And again, I have to make a decision as a head coach to try to do what's best for this team, and I felt like it was the best decision.
Does he have a future with this team, do you think?
That's a ways down the road, man. We're trying to get ready to win the game.
In the off-season and right all the way through training camp, you spoke glowingly and very confidently of Justin's ability to become a high-level starter.
Yeah.
What didn't happen?
There's a number of things. I mean, obviously, offensively, you want your passing game to be better. And listen, and that's not totally on him. There's a number of things that go into that. That's myself. That's the routes that's ran. That's drop balls. That's including him. And at this point, I just feel like, man, we have to do something to get this team going offensively in the passing game, and I just felt like it was time to make that decision.
Justin,
And listen, I do still feel strongly about Justin. That has not changed, but I do feel at this point that we have to make a change.
You said it's not solely on Justin.
Yep.
So what else do you have to do that can help Tyrod, get this offense going?
Yeah, we all got to be, in sync together as far as doing that. So I'll talk to everybody that's involved. I talk to the whole offense. I'll talk to Tanner. I looked at myself and what I can do to help those guys. So it has to be a collective effort in making sure that we do what's right by Tyrod, also to help him be able to succeed in the situation.
Is that Tyrod's job this week moving forward? Is this Tyrod's job from now moving?
We're playing the Ravens this week, so Tyron's starting quarterback.
What's Justin's role this week? Is he your number 2?
He's number 2. Yeah, he'll be number 2.
Where is, we haven't asked you about him in so long, but where is Brady Cook in his development?
Still developing. He's still developing. And listen, there's been a plan for him from the very beginning, and I wanted to make sure we do what's right for him. And who knows? You know, we'll see what happens as the season progresses. I'm not promising anything, but he knows exactly what his role is when it comes to this team. But I'll say right now, Tyrod is our starter.
Non-quarterback question for you. I'm curious, how much has Chris Boyd been on your mind this week?
Man, a ton, and not just that, just everybody that was involved for the most part. Once I heard about the situation, and I'm talking about Chris in general, the first thing I thought about, he just had a kid. And I'm thinking about his wife. I'm thinking about his kid. And I want to make sure that he's okay. And that's the only thing that really went through my mind. And anybody else that was involved, make sure those guys are okay. There's a process to this, which I won't get into. But I'm happy. I'm happy the fact that he's going to come out of this thing really, really well.
Have you been able to talk to him?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And again, that's what eases my mind, is that he's in good spirits. His wife and his kid, you know, they're in good spirits, and he'll walk away from this just fine.
Aaron, I know it's way down the list, but I mean, is his career still on the table for him?
Is who?
Chris.
You know what? That's something that I didn't even talk to him about, and that's something I don't think need to be talked about at that time. You know, at that time it was more or less, man, how are you doing? How is your family doing? And there's a ton of time to talk about football after this incident happened.
Is there any word on when he might be released?
Don't know just yet. Don't know just yet. But I will say this: just talking to him, he felt really upbeat. And again, that's what gives me comfort, you know, that he feels like that. And he's talking that way.
He had been here at the facility for
Oh, yeah.
a while, right?
Yeah. He's been a part of what we're doing. I mean, he comes to the games all the time. He's fully engaged. To be one of the top special team players in this league, he's done a really good job of helping, you know, the other guys we have. And he's been a huge part of Stig's development as far as a gunner and things like that. So I'm very appreciative of what he brought to the table.
Couple more. Do you have to, when something like that, so tragic happens like that off the field, do you have to address it with the team?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like the perils of.
Here's being a part of this league for so long as a player and as a coach. There's a number of things that I've had an opportunity to witness, be a part of, experience, seek advice. And the one thing that I do know is, man, when things like this happen, it's easy for me to have conversations with a team. It's easy for me to have conversation with a player. But it's always hard to figure that guys have either put themselves in this situation or in this situation that I could talk to those guys about. But yes, you absolutely have to address this with the team, because you don't want anything like this to ever happen to anybody on your team, to anybody outside of the building, in other teams. But it's something that you have to address with the players.
Aaron, when did you speak to Chris exactly? You remember what?
You know what? I think it was that Sunday when I spoke to him. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. But it was really shortly after it happened. Well, after he had a chance to get, when he's in the hospital and all that. But again, I was happy to talk to him. I was happy the way he felt, the way he sounded from that conversation.
When you first get that news, aren't you, like, what's your reaction? I mean, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, to try to gather as much information as you can and try to let the process weigh out, because there's a number of things you just can't get up and get to calling people, because a lot of times you really don't get, you know, an answer from some people. So, man, just to wait it out, let the process take care of itself. And once you get a chance to talk to the player, it's all about, man, how do you feel? Anybody else that's involved, how do you feel? And again, that was the only thing that went through my mind. That's That's a scary situation. And then you start to think about families and things like that, and making sure they're okay. So I'm just happy again that he's going to come out of this all right. Anybody else that was involved comes out all right, and the families are okay.
Thanks, everybody.
All good? All right.